beware, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, your guardian of the First Amendment. Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. You know how much I love this great country. Don't love the politicians, but I love this great country. I don't like the political perverts that are screwing it up. But I talk about my love for this country and your people's love for this country. And I even think the greasy, sleazy politicians love this country. They're just so greedy. The love for their country takes second seat to their love for money. And I've had people say I take patriotism too far. And there was a line that a friend of mine sent me, and it says about patriotism, for those who understand, no explanation is needed. But for those who don't understand, no explanation is possible. How poignant is that? You know, that really hits home. And again, thanks for all the emails. I just thought, people, understand. For those who you that do, for those of you that understand, no explanation is needed. But for those that you don't understand, no explanation is ever possible. Couldn't have been said any better. Elections coming up. I know I'm tired of this crap, but I want to thank these guys. And you hear me every day. I'm poor white trash from the housing projects. I didn't want to run for state representative. I ran because nobody else would. I ran because everybody else was afraid. I ran because of the hypocrisy. I ran because I don't want these rotten bastards that have been in there for 50 years lying to you again, telling you, oh, it's going to get better. Do they think we're stupid? Do they think we're stupid? There's something in the paper about Roger Cook and Carl Officer, if I can find it, and I don't know the hell if I can. Here it is right here. Kern Cook, a rematch of 1997 election. They both ran for mayor. Roger Cook, 4 years earlier, upset the apple cart. And these ass-white bastards went out and spent a fortune to beat Roger Cook. And Roger's a humble man, an honorable man. He doesn't have a fortune. But the Democrats do, because they take it. The democratic culture of corruption makes the Democratic people give them money, give the party people money, so they can get elected and then dole out some bull crap jobs. And when I talk about the Democrats, please, I'll preface it every time. I'm not talking about the hardworking Democrats. I'm not talking about the hardworking Republicans. It's these organized political people. And they're the only one that benefit. We all know that. But it says Cook, a Republican, is a member of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Kern is a Democrat. Listen to what Kern says, people. And again, hey, I got to say, please, if I'm not worthy of your vote, don't vote for Bob Romanik. They've sent out 10, 12 hit pieces. They've got TV ads. They've got the TV ads up in Springfield because I pissed off Madigan, and he's trying to save some face in Springfield. These guys can't save any face. We've all found them out the last 10, 15, 20 years. And Madigan and the culture of corruption in Springfield goes hand in hand with the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption. They bobblehead up there. whenever they say, Kern, you do this, you guys vote for this, you guys support us on this. There's Kern and Sprague and all of them bobbling their head because they get money from Madigan. See, I wouldn't take money from Madigan or Rauner. I want to represent you people. And listen, they can send out 5 million hit pieces on me, but I have to say, my ratings were through the roof, sky high. But because of all these hit pieces, people have Googled my name. They find out about KZQZ 1430 a.m. and KQQZ 1190 a.m. Remember those numbers, 1190 a.m. Tell your friends, 1430 a.m. They Google, then they call and say, hey, I got a piece in the mail about this shock jock. I Googled your name. My name's a household name all throughout St. Clair County. And again, I want to thank my political enemies. See, I'm not a lifelong politician. If I lose this election, I haven't lost anything but a little bit of time. But I've made up in it. I've gained by meeting a lot of great people, a lot of great friendships. So even if I lose, I win. So you guys can put out 5 million hit pieces on Bob Romanik. Just spell my name right. But anyway, people have called. They said, keep on going, Bob. I think they boost my ratings from sky high to heaven high. But they want to link me with the rest of our candidates, people. We're on the same ticket. I don't represent Roger Cook. Roger Cook doesn't represent me or any of the other candidates. They want to bunch us all together, a bunch of misfits. That's what those rotten, lousy bastards in Belleville call us, misfits. You sit back and think about it, people. They've been giving you the old okey-doke for 20, 30, 40 years. And this asswipe, no good for nothing, wears a dress, son of a bitch, Mark Sweet Cakes. Kern, I got to ask you, Kern, are you gay? I just want to know. I don't know. I just want to know how the hell you got a name of Sweet Cakes and all these rumors going around about you. You know, sometimes rumors become factual. And, you know, Kern will never address it. Kind of a play on words, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. But this ass-white bastard Kern said, now listen, people, he's lying to all of us, even to you good Democrats. Know what lousy lying son of a bitches they are, but they're going to tell you, vote Democrat, yeah, so they can get elected. See, an elected position means nothing to me, people. I'll tell you, if I lose a little bit. But if I lose, you good people in the 114th Legislative District lose a lot. Because I'll be the only crazy, no good, ignorant son of a bitch to go to Springfield and fight for you. I'm not going to bobblehead for Rauner, not going to bobblehead for Madigan. I'm not taking any money. I don't need no money. I'm in it for the love of my country, the love of my community, not the love of money. So if you good people don't want to vote for me, I understand. If I'm not worthy of your vote, I understand. I'm the only candidate that will tell you, don't vote for me. It's not going to change my life one bit, but it will change your life. You'll see the craziest son of a bitch. I'll make them take notice of Southern Illinois. I've made the Democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County take notice of me. They're spending a fortune on me, on hit pieces on me, and that's okay. I deserve some of it I don't. It's like any election process. They're going to tell you half-truths. And there was a gentleman that had a misdemeanor, and the Democrats said they're a convict. This guy was guilty of a misdemeanor. He did something he shouldn't have done, went into an office, and he said he was somebody he wasn't. But they labeled him a convict? You know, they can flip the script any way they want. You good people are the ones who are going to have to make the decision out there. And if you can't vote for Bob Romanik, I understand, but please, Roger Cook, Dallas Cook, Carl Officer, Gary Carnwell, Ed Cockrell, all good people, all have experience in the political arena, all have been great public servants. Please, please, please don't vote for me, but give them a vote. Don't hurt those good people because of Bob Romanik. I know I'm not a perfect candidate. I know I'm not a perfect person, so don't give me a vote, but don't let these Democratic bastards try to link us all together. And I'll talk about linking it together here momentarily, but this is Kern. Kern said the airport is moving its way towards breaking even. How the hell? This ignorant son of a bitch, it's been there 20-some-odd years. But that's people. That's what they do. They lie to you. They throw all these lies out, and they guise them as facts. They're not facts. They're lies. Liar, 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 liar. Kern, the airport is breaking even. Now, you ought to throw his lame ass out of office because he's lying to us. Now, he can put all the billboards he wants up. He can have all the ads on TV. He can have all the hit pieces on me. And you notice, people, they're going to spend about $1.5 million. Usually they spend $100,000. They're going to spend over, and I got this from a good source inside their camp. See, even their camp, they don't like the big boys. The big boys, the Spragues, the Kerns, the Garrett Horners, that fat-ass bitch. Greedy bitch, may I add. They've run out the real Democrats. The Democrats haven't left the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party in St. Clair County have left the Democrats. Then they're down in East St. Louis trying to throw money all over. And they say, Kern says, money will buy the election down in East St. Louis. And then Holbrook gets on TV last night. That old sumbitch is my age, and I know I look bad. That sumbitch looks like he needs to be at the cemetery. There's never been no vote fraud in St. Clair County. These son of a bitches just outright lie to everybody, people, and they think we're stupid. Let's show them November the 8th how stupid we are. And then Kern says, once again, this lousy lying bastard. The airport helps keep Scott Air Base open and protects it from base alignment closures. People, you know better than that. Scott Air Base is going nowhere. They always make that a political ploy. They'll put that on every brochure they have. The airport has done nothing, has nothing to do with keeping Scott Air Base open. Scott Air Base is going to be open if that airport gets hit by lightning and struck down by a hurricane and never gets rebuilt. Scott Air Base will be there. But you notice how they take credit for everything, especially the things they don't have any involvement in. But they won't take blame for anything, which usually they have everything involved in. He also said he believes, now listen to this, how hypocritical. He also believes the Public Building Commission should have oversight of the airport. Now, people, why shouldn't the county board members that you put in office, you're not putting the Public Building Chairman in office? Kern appoints him, and you know who it is? It's Rich Boy Soje, the owner of 5 strip clubs, the owner of a gambling den, owner of the dope den in Soje, the owner of Oz and Pops that had 30-40 civil rights lawsuits beating the hell out of people. That's why the Democrats don't go there for fundraisers anymore. But they want Rich Soje? And there's the hypocrisy, people. They put on these flyers, Bob Romanik owns a strip club. I own the property. I'm the landlord. Rich Soje owns 5 strip clubs. But see, he's their strip club owner. You never hear anything about that. And here's Kern and Sprague appointing a 5-time strip club owner, a gambling den. They've got a off-track betting in Soje. They got the dispensary of marijuana in Soje. Look at all the vice going on in Soje. But see, I'm the bad guy. People, I know you can read through this crap, but they've spent a fortune hitting me, and I'm humbled by that, guys, and keep it up. Just spell my name right, please. But then it goes on. We are on the right track and need to continue our progress at the airport. Now, that alone ought to cost Kern the election, people. And I mean Democrats, Republican, men, women, black and white. They've lied to us so long. They've lied to us too long. But this election year, people, we all have the opportunity. It's not so much supporting us. It's destroying the culture of corruption. Let's rebuild this house. In 4 years, if we don't do what we said we're going to do, throw everybody out of office and rebuild again. Don't give them a 40-year foothold. And that's what happened. Kern says, and we're looking, well, I'm sorry, we aren't looking at any new taxes or fees. Is he nuts? All the taxes in St. Clair County, our taxes are going up, our property values are going down. All the fees at the courthouse, for the circuit clerk, the county clerk, they're all going up. But see, they can sit there and tell you anything, people. They can write anything. They can send out as many hit pieces on me, Roger Cook, or whoever else they want. There's always some truth to those hit pieces, people, but there's a lot of lies, a lot of innuendos, and they think you people are stupid. They're not looking for any new taxes or fees. Are you crazy? They had big taxes and fees last year. Eckert wants a raise, and he's part of the culture of corruption. The mayor of Belleville, who's supported by Mark Kern, he wants a raise, and Social Security people are getting 1/3 of 1/2 of 1/8 of 1/95% raise. But Eckert to get a $10,000 raise over his term, the life of his term. That's a Kern boy. That's a Sprague boy. And they sit there and talk that crap. It says in the third quarter, Kern had $100,000 in contributions, most all from himself or his mother. He's taking his poor elderly mother's money so he can be St. Clair County Board Chairman at $90,000 a year. See, people, he's like Napoleon. He don't give a damn about the money because he's got enough. He wants the power so he can give his jobs to Herbie the Hemorrhoid Simmons, not qualified, to Big Head Frank Bergman, not qualified, $90,000, $100,000, $135,000 a year jobs that nobody ever had the opportunity to even apply for. You know, Roger Cook's committed and pledged that every job will be put up and advertised, and the best candidate, man, woman, black, white, Democrat, or Republican, will have that job. You read all this stuff, people. Roger Cook says here, I'm running a grassroots campaign, not spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s on TV, ads, print, billboards. I don't think money's going to win this election, people. I don't think money's going to win this election. And Kern says, the exciting thing is it's all coming together. Now, what a generic statement that is. It's all coming together. People, understand, these guys are desperate. They're going to put out hit pieces. And I want to know, Kern, for every hit piece you put out on me, why don't you put out what you guys have done? That only take 2 lines. You guys done nothing but screwed the taxpayers of St. Clair County. And we're going to hit on that day in and day out, people, because that's what they've done. They can call me a no-good, rotten, bastard son of a bitch, and sometimes I can be, as I think we all can be. But I'll fight. Roger Cook, Dallas Cook, the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition's been fighting these guys, exposing these guys. You know what? I've embarrassed these people to no ends. I've exposed these people. They are so embarrassed. They're so humiliated. They don't know what to do. They're spending money sending out flyers, hit pieces every week. I think it's a waste of money, people, and I think you think the same thing. You've heard me. I'm not perfect. Far from being perfect. And I don't want to compare myself with the gentlemen, and I mean the proud, heroic gentlemen that fight in our wars. But the day before they go out to fight, you know, they're probably doing things that really aren't right. Probably a strip club, maybe even a brothel. Do we care? No, we care about the next day when they go out fighting for us to protect us, our families, our family's future. And that's what I'm going to do in Springfield. I will promise you I will upset that apple cart. If nothing else, those bastards will be exposed. I'll expose them from the floor. They'll have to carry me out. Well, maybe in a coffin, but that's okay. I'm going in a coffin. I can come out in a coffin, but I don't know. But Cook, Roger Cook, he's fighting the fight, people. And I'm just asking all of you, please do not hold Roger Cook. Do not hold Dallas Cook. Do not hold any of the candidates running. We're on the Republican ticket. But we're the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. It's a patriotic movement, people. We had to come together. And you can't believe the thousands of people that have become members of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. They know what's going on. They can't take it anymore. People are moving out of St. Clair County in droves. They don't want this corruption anymore, and we can stop it. And if it's not stopped this November the 8th, people, it's never going to be stopped. Never, ever going to be stopped. But please, again, think about the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition candidates. We're riding on the Republican bus, and there's a lot of great Republicans out there. I know the Republican organization doesn't like us, just like the Democratic organization in St. Clair County doesn't like us, because, see, we're going to break the mold. We're going to break the mold, people. It's not going to be business as usual on the Democratic side or the Republican side. 10% of the people, the organized political parties, Democrat and Republican, 10% get screwed, but 90% of us get liberated. Freedom for us. That's why the Freedom Coalition is fighting this fight. But these asswipe, politically corrupt bastards in St. Clair County, don't let them paint us all with the same brush. Charlie Powell down in East St. Louis. All of them. Kern, Sprague, the Democratic culture of corruption. When Charlie Powell went to jail for vote fraud, federal vote fraud, they were all in his going away party. But see, that's their felon. That's the hypocrisy, people. And then Charlie Powell was arrested for illegally removing asbestos. Charlie Powell did 18 months. That's a second conviction, second felony, and that hurt people. But see, Charlie Powell is their convicted felon. They're so hypocritical. Bob Romanik's a felon. They put it all over the paper. They don't put all their people. They don't want to be painted in the same brush with Charlie Powell, a 2-3-time convicted felon. But they want to paint all of our candidates with the same brush they paint me. Don't let them do it, people. We're not that stupid. And then Bob Romanik owns a strip club. Every hit piece says the same thing. They guise it different. They put different pictures of me, and that's okay. I understand that. But here's Rich Soje. Very respected. Well, I can't say that with a straight face. Nobody respects him in Soje, Illinois. Nobody respects him throughout St. Clair County. He owns 5 strip clubs. They don't put in the paper that they hang with the guy that Kern and Sprague appointed a guy that owns 5 strip clubs. They don't put that in the paper. They don't put that in the hit piece. They don't put that anywhere because they don't want you to let them know. They don't want you to know about their dirty laundry, which is a lot dirtier than ours. But think about it, people. The hypocrisy behind it. Charlie Powell gets him a lot of votes in East St. Louis. I know he's for LaToya Greenwood. She puts on there that I'm a felon. Well, she's sure getting a lot of support from a lot of felons down in East St. Louis. And that's a hypocrisy, people. But it's going to change. I think it's going to change because we're going to make a change. And in Holbrook, before we take a break, this idiot. And boy, Holbrook, if what they're saying about you, if what Derek Wallace is saying about you is half true, then I'm a saint. Because this egregious, I mean nasty things that are alleged, that you have allegedly done, if any of it's true, Holbrook, I think you ought to go out and blow your head off, and I don't mean politically. If what I'm hearing about you is true, that's the nastiest thing somebody can ever do. Nastiest thing somebody can ever do. And somebody asks, how do you get it? I don't know. I think if you Google Tom Holbrook or if you Google Derek Wallace, I don't know. Derek Wallace has made some atrocious allegations. Kern and Sprague, they don't want to be painted in the same light with Tom Holbrook, Mr. Haney. I got a deal for you. In Holbrook, if what they say about you is true, then they're going to nominate me for sainthood. But people, that's what we get. That's what we get. The hypocrisy, the lies, the theft of our votes. Remember 2004, federal investigation. It was on tape. Hey, we can't elect Kern. He's a racist. We need more money. And so the leaders in St. Clair County go get $50,000, $100,000 in $5 and $10 bills. And you know what that was for. And Holbrook sits there with a straight face. Holbrook, we're not taking that crap from you and the rest of these ass-wipe, low-life, bottom-feeding son of a bitches. We're not going to take it. We got a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Yeah, Bob, I'm calling about the anonymous voter fraud.
Yes, sir.
Voter fraud in St. Clair County.
Uh-huh.
And, I had experience firsthand one time. I used to work for a utility company in East St. Louis, Centerville, Brooklyn, Washington Park. And one time my partner, who lived in Centerville, went to cast a vote at a poll. Before he could step out of the truck, somebody met him at the truck and advised him that he had already voted here, that he needed to go to this poll. The first poll he went to was actually in a apartment complex in Centerville. And from there, he went to, I believe it was at 45th on the south side of Bond. I don't remember which poll it was there. But, yeah, I mean, I experienced it firsthand where they told him he already voted here. He needed to go to a different spot to vote.
Yeah.
And,
you know what the egregious part of that is, sir, and thanks for the call. The egregious part is the boys in Belleville, they don't have the guts. They don't have the guts to get out into the war zone. They don't have the guts to get down to East St. Louis. They're going to make the proud black community go to jail for their indiscretions. These boys in Belleville, they're not going to get their hands dirty, and I'm tired of this crap. I'm tired. And if you people aren't tired, then you're a bunch of idiots. And if it pisses you off, it just pisses you off. I'm tired. I'm not going to take it anymore. That's why I ran. You don't want to vote for Bob Romanik, please. I'll be the only candidate. Don't vote for me. I'm not going to kiss your ass, and I'm not going to cut your grass. I'm going to go to Springfield, and I'm going to fight these low-life bastards that have tried to destroy all of us throughout all these years. They can sit up there in their white ivory tires, Kern, Sprague, Garrett Harner. I don't give a damn anymore, people. I've come to that conclusion that I don't give a damn. I'll burn in this political fire, but I'll grab a hold of all these son of a bitches and I'll take them down with me. We've got that ass-white bastard, Alonzo Greenwood. He's running his daughter against me. She's got 2 jobs paid for by the public, $100,000 at the school board in East St. Louis, that she doesn't even send her children. Her and her father have screwed it up. Do you proud black people understand me? Wake up. It ain't a black-white thing. It's a wrong and right thing, and it's wrong what they're doing. She makes $40,000, $50,000 as a council member in East St. Louis and never does nothing but bobbles her head for what her dad wants. The Greenwood family has 15, 20 people, family members on the payroll, $80,000, $100,000 a year, benefits, pension. She won't send her kids to School District 189. She ships them off to Belleville. And now she wants to be the state representative at about $100,000 a year, salary and benefits. And the Attorney General, another Democrat, says, oh, no, LaToya, you can be state representative, you can be city council member, and you can hold your job with the East St. Louis School District 189. You can keep all 3 of those jobs. How greedy can the Greenwoods get? That's over $200,000, close to $250,000 a year. You good people in East St. Louis, some of you don't make $250,000 in a lifetime. See, I'm just pissed. I don't give a damn. The election is going to be won or lost by you good people in St. Clair County. Please, wise up. If you can't vote for Bob Romanik, please don't. But the candidates out there on the Republican ticket that are actually independents, they'll fight for the Republicans, the rank and file. They'll fight for the Democratic rank and file. But this election crap's just went too far, people. They'll sit there, one commercial, this guy, Blunt over in St. Louis, is the worst guy ever happened. The next commercial, they're saying the guy that lied about Blunt being the worst guy is a liar, that Blunt's a good guy. All that money spent. What, do you want to confuse us? We're confused enough. We're not stupid, though, you politicians, both Democrat and Republican politicians. There's a lot of decent Republican and Democratic public servants to go around. Let's put them in office. Let's put them in office. This election, people, it's not about the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. It's not even about the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption. It's about you, your family's future. Let's take it serious, people. Let's don't vote personalities. Nobody running's perfect. Yeah, maybe I'm at the top of the list, but that's okay. But again, in closing, consider the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. It's a movement with thousands of members. They're trying to take this county back for the people, not for the politicians. So all these hit pieces, except mine, don't take everybody else's with a grain of salt. You can believe everything they say about me. I really don't care. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the hypocrisy that their people on their side, some of their people are worse than I ever thought about being. They don't acknowledge them. They don't want to be painted in the same brush. So don't paint our candidates in the same brush. Vote against Bob Romanik, if you will, if I'm not worthy of your vote. But the members on the Republican ticket, the members of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition people, those people will support, those people will represent you. And if I'm fortunate enough to get elected, you will see You don't hear this from any other politician because, see, I'm not a politician. I go to Springfield, something will get done because I will not sit there and bobble my head like my opponent will, like every other candidate in the 114th Legislative District has done. I'll go there and fight for you people, and if that's not good enough, I understand. But if I lose, you all lose. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Hey, election time, how much fun. I mean, nationally, they're having the debate tonight. And it's hell when we're picking a presidential candidate, the lesser of the two evils. I mean, both Democrat and Republicans. The Democrat could have come up with a lot better. And I kind of like Trump, because I'm kind of like Trump, because I don't think he gives a damn. I really don't think he gives a damn. And he likes the ladies, and so do I. Unlike some guys at the fifth floor at the courthouse that I don't think like the ladies, and I think you know what I mean. Hey, our secretary, the beautiful Patty Heatherly, got on the elevator yesterday at the courthouse, and lo and behold, I think she thought that a dog had been in there and crapped, because it was stinking. It was stinking worse than crap, like a skunk, like a nasty skunk. And she turned around, and she was thinking to herself, I know, she didn't tell me this, but I know she was thinking, somebody crapped in the elevator, because it stinks. Or a couple skunks got out, and she turned around, and guess who was there? Bob and Patty Sprague. Bob, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in a urinal, Sprague. You no good, rotten son of a bitch, and I got to preface this. I don't like the bastard, what he's done behind the scenes to you good people in St. Clair County. He takes all the tax dollars for legal fees. He makes the Proud Blacks fight down in East St. Louis, and I've been in rooms with him when he used the N-word several times, and that's okay. He don't like white people either. But Patty Sprague, the secretary for the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, gets assaulted by Patty Sprague. Patty Sprague, that fat, greasy, no good for nothing, dog-looking, fried chicken-eating bitch. And I want to apologize to the dogs, because the dogs look better than her. This fat bitch assaults Patty Heatherly, gives her all kind of crap. She says, where's the Depends now? You know how bad we've got these son of a bitches going? And I just heard from a reliable source that the elevator got flooded with Bob Sprague's urine. He got so excited he pissed in his pants and flooded the elevator. Now, I know the elevator was shut down for some time after that incident. Bob Sprague, what a piece of crap. He used to walk around, him and Kern, I believe, hand in hand, through the streets of Belleville. Thought somebody really respected them. Well, you guys know I've humiliated them. I've embarrassed them. I've exposed them. When you guys walk down the street, Sprague, Kern, Eckert, people are looking at you, not in awe, but in total disbelief at the asswipe bastards that you are. But anyway, Patty Heatherly's with us. Patty, this is my words, and I got to preface this too. Patty Sprague is your candidate for auditor, people. so Bob Sprague can have insurance. That's how greedy he is. This son of a bitch. I saw him yesterday or day before. I think he pissed in his drawers walking down the street. Sprague, bring a bucket with you, you stupid son of a bitch. But Patty Sprague was Bob Sprague's babysitter. Somehow, I guess they just met, their eyes met, and they fell in love. But Bob Sprague left his wife for his babysitter, Patty Sprague, from Cahokia. And Patty, you still got some of your luggage down there in Cahokia from years back. It's 2 Walmart bags with some of your trashy clothes in it. And they tell me you used to used to wear trashy crap. And she married Bob Sprague. Love at first sight. No, I think it was love of money. Nobody going to marry that stupid bastard Bob Sprague. That's the ugliest son of a bitch I ever saw in my life, except for sweet cakes. But Patty Sprague wanted to get out of Cahokia so bad. She took the father away from Bob Sprague's children. Took the husband away from Bob Sprague's wife, who I hear was a nice lady. Now, what a skank. What a deplorable bitch she is. But anyway, that's the nicest thing I can say about her, so I'll quit talking. Patty Heatherly, what the hell happened on that elevator? And did you get your feet wet? It's the first thing I want to know.
Well, Bob, I did. It was pretty gross, let me tell you.
She didn't take her clothes. Is it that gross that she took her clothes off? And did she smell? Somebody says and I don't know, somebody says she never takes a bath. Is that true? I wonder. Did she smell that bad?
Well, I don't know if she doesn't take a bath, but she's got a lot to wash.
Whoa. Hey, now, I won't even go there. So you get on the elevator because you were up there doing your civic duty, going to be a poll watcher because you know they're going to try to steal this election. And I was told that she just went crazy on you.
As soon as the doors closed, she just opened up. She told me I must have been a tough bitch because where's my Depends at now? So I just kind of looked there and I said, Patty, does he need him now?
Well, he must need him. He pissed all over the elevator.
And then she MF'd me up one side and down the other.
Well, that's typical for her because she's a skanky bitch, but go ahead.
Of course she started in, I'm a romantic fat pig, and I'm a bitch, and I'm this, and I'm that.
Oh, now, wait a minute. They chastised me for using all those terms on her, but that fat, stanky bitch can use them on you?
It's funny. In a matter of a week, I've went from a romantic misfit to a romantic fat pig. I think I'm moving up in the world.
Yeah, well, Patty Sprague knows about Fat Pig. And one time, she couldn't get into the courthouse. They had to take the courthouse doors and expand them at one point in time. Now, I heard I talked about her so much that she lost weight because she was so embarrassed. Hey, Patty, don't be embarrassed because you lost weight. Be embarrassed because you live with that ignorant, stupid bastard, that non-personality, that no-count, disrespectful bastard that didn't go to his dad's or brother's funeral. But anyway, let's get off that asswipe. So she accosts you in the elevator and gives you all kind of crap. And everybody says what a lady she is. People, do you understand? She's not a lady. And I guess you went to the authorities, and as always, it's their side, so nothing ever happens.
She's an extremely classless woman.
No, she's not a classless woman. She's a classless bitch. Yeah. But go ahead.
But, I had to end up telling her, when people get desperate, they do desperate things. And unfortunately, yesterday, you could see that she was extremely desperate. And she should be, because we're coming after her position.
Wait a minute. She's extremely desperate because look who she married. She's desperate for a husband.
Well, let's talk about Bob. He stood there the whole time. I don't think he blinked once. I don't even think he knew where he was at. He just stood there.
No, he knew where he was at. He thought he was in the damn restroom because he pissed in his drawers.
Yeah, maybe.
No, that was piss. That wasn't sweat. The sweat don't come from your penis.
Well, she told me I was the most second-hated person in St. Clair County right now behind you. I want you to know I'm coming for your job.
Well, hey, thank you, and that's a cop coming from Patty Sprague. Patty, I wouldn't have sex with you if you begged me like Sprague probably begged you. I wouldn't, and I'm pretty desperate for sex, Patty. But you skank, you smelly bitch, I wouldn't touch you with the 20-foot pole, and you've got the audacity to be the auditor of St. Clair County with the GED. You're from Cahokia. You're poor white trash like I am. But I didn't have to marry a guy to get to the top of the world like you did, Patty. Was it love, Patty? Be honest. Everybody's laughing at you. They know that you are a kept woman. They know that you married Bob Sprague, and they all believe it was because of his money. It wasn't his personality. It wasn't his looks. Maybe you like, well, I won't go there with the golden shower routine. But, Patty, what do you have to say to that ignorant, and this is Bob Romanik talking. See, people, you can be mad at me, and I love women. But if somebody's a bitch, man or woman, I'm going to address it. I don't give a damn about being politically correct. That's the problem. Everybody's been kissing the Spragues and the Kerns and the Eckerts and the Horner's asses for all these years. They take our money, people, and then they act like they're better than us. No, they're political thieves. So what's parting words for Patty Roly-Poly Sprague? What do you have for her, Patty Heatherly?
I'll see her tonight.
You see her tonight? What's going on tonight?
Tonight is the forum for all the candidates at the Belleville West High School. Everybody will be there. Starts at 6 o'clock. If you're out, come out and support the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, because we know the Democrats are going to have all their bobblehead Kool-Aid drinkers there filling the pool. So if you can, come out, support them. But I will see you tonight, Patty, and I send my love.
Hey, Patty Sprague, everybody's asking, would you please wash that crotch area of yours, please? Because people can't take that stink.
Reach it.
Do what?
She can't reach it.
Oh, never mind. Never mind then, Patty. I'd say I'd come over and do it, but I'd rather face a firing squad, if you know what I mean. And I think you do. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, a crazy, ignorant son of a bitch and Grim Reaper, but people, that's okay. We're coming for them son of a bitches. Join us. Let's all be crazy, because crazy's the only way we're going to get anything out of these rotten bastards. And I want to remind you that you are listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. I had a little gay guy just called and told me, he said, Bob, your slogan ought to be, elect Bob Romanik. What did he say? Hell, I can't see it. I'll be slightly less criminal than the criminals we have in there. So I may buy that at some point in time. That sounds like a good campaign slogan, because, hey, the biggest criminals are up there at the courthouse, people. You know that. They've been stealing your tax dollars. Your property value's going down. There's no jobs. People are moving out of St. Clair County. Kern's lying all day long about the airport and all this crap. We're not perfect, people, but we're going to be perfect public servants for the good people of St. Clair County. And speaking of public servants, with me, our good friend, Mr. Ed Cockrell. He's a county board member out of the New Athens area, and he's also the most qualified candidate ever to run for St. Clair County Board of Review. And Ed, you're on the county board now. And let me ask you a question before we get into your agenda. You're a county board member. How hypocritical is it, number one, for Mark Kern not to let the county board members who represent the people control that airport? He wants Rich Soje, who, for the hypocrisy part, owns 5 strip clubs, a gambling den, a dope den, and 2 taverns in Sauget open all night that young kids come in, and there's been 20, 30 civil rights violations, both black and white. How hypocritical is that? Not only does he not want you guys to control the airport, he wants a 5-time strip club owner, Rich Soje, that he appoints, that he drinks with, that he takes campaign contributions from. He wants him running the airport instead of the people dictating to you, the county board members, what to do with that airport.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head, Bob. It's about control. It's about control of the Public Building Commission, whatever Mark Kern and his cronies tell the Public Building Commission or the airport director or any of the rest of them to do. That's what they're going to do. I mean, that way they're safe, so to speak, from political persecution.
Yeah. Well, the good things they'll take credit for, Kern and Sprague and the asswipe Democratic Central Committee, the culture of corruption. The bad things, they're going to blame it on Sojay Cantrell. Cantrell, I don't know if he knows where the hell he's at, and he's an idiot too, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, I've always advocated that the elected representatives of the taxpayers should be the ones that any departments or any commission should answer to. Well, there's people that don't agree with that, and they're certainly entitled to their opinion. The problem is they get to be entitled to their own version of the facts, and then when you call them out and ask questions, you're a no good salty dog trying to
no
trying
good
to do
rotten
what's right.
son of a bitch. And you're too nice a guy to say that, but I'm not. But go ahead.
Well, I think my mom's listening. I didn't
Sorry, Mrs.
I didn't want to make her mad.
Okay.
So, anyway, Bob, this election, it isn't about Bob Romanik or Ed Cockrell or any of the rest of the people or the candidates. This is about the people.
And about change.
This is about that change thing. We saw how that worked out in 2008 and 2012, that Obama change.
That was a lie. We're talking about real change because we got a totally different philosophy than these rotten bastards.
Let me back up. There's people going to vote for Clinton. There's people going to vote for Trump. There's people going to vote for the independent candidate. We really don't care. We're looking from a local perspective. This is the first time in a long, long time we've got a chance to make change. And I'm talking about real change.
Positive, constructive change,
yes.
Right.
In the change that the way things are operated, the way that the government is responding to the people, which it's not now. And let's get out there and let's get some people to vote. In my particular race, you've got somebody that's not qualified, although there are no statutory qualifications for St. Clair County Board of Review. That's the only the only county in the state of Illinois that there are none. However, I went and got my certified Illinois assessing officer credentials, and I'll be glad to display those tonight at the forum, as well as my 90 hours of continuing education regarding real estate assessment practices. And I passed the statewide Board of Review exam.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Ed? I'd be happy to show what I've got, but they need binoculars to see it. So I'm not. Hey, I'm not. You know why I'm not going to be there? Because it's a Belleville Chamber of Commerce who never recognized this radio station. They're like the last two debates. It's going to be one-sided for the culture of corruption, so I'm not going to waste my time. I'd rather watch cartoons, and that'd be not as funny as what's going to go on at this forum tonight. But anyway.
Well, that's certainly your prerogative, Bob, but I don't have any problem taking on the enemy on their turf, and that doesn't bother me, and I'm going to be there, and I'm going to tell them what I have. It's going to be the same message I have at all parts of the county that I've been to trying to help people. It's all about helping the people. And that's what it should be. That's what the government should. And it's an honor to be able to run for countywide office. It's an honor to hold, the office of county board that I've held for 23 years. And I've tried to make a difference, and I think I have.
You've made a very positive difference. And not just in your district. You're out throughout this whole county helping people with their taxes in areas that couldn't even vote for you before.
Yeah, there are some that would wish that I stayed in my own little corner of the county down there and didn't reach out. But I think county government in general needs to have a better outreach program, especially in the Board of Review. We need to go to all portions of the county and see property. And I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but let's go see what people have. Let's get out to the local area. Let's go talk to the people.
Yeah. Did you see last night, and we got a couple more minutes, this no good, no count, low life sucking at the trough and maybe sucking other things at the trough, I don't know. Tom Holbrook, what an idiot. He sits there. Well, we've never had a problem with voting fraud. Where's he been, in La La Land?
There's people been convicted of that.
I know. His people, well, Kern and Sprague's people.
Yeah.
Charlie Powell.
No, I'm not talking about just in East St. Louis, because they're going to say, well, that's the state, that's their own election commission. There are people convicted in Cahokia, Centerville Township.
Well, they're convicted.
Vote fraud.
They're convicted with the money that trickles down from St. Clair County, so they can disavow all that. But we all know, the federal government knows, and times are going to change. Ched, I'll give you the last word.
Okay, people, get out and make a difference. Make your vote count. Get registered if you're not. You can go straight to the courthouse if you're not registered, or haven't changed your address, or haven't changed your name if you got married or something. Get up there. Vote grace period voting. Get up there change it and vote right away. I think, it's time that you get out and make your vote count and make a difference. And I'm sincere when I say this is the first time in 50 years and probably the last time in 50 years that we're going to have a chance to make a real difference here. Get out and do it.
And Ed, I've told people, even if we lose, we win. The people of the county, and I'm not trying to be arrogant, the people of the county lose if we lose because we go about our everyday life. It's not going to affect us. It's going to affect these people that are going to vote in this next election. And I just hope they understand they better vote for us to help them other than vote for opposition who's going to screw them again like they've done for the last 30, 40 years.
Bob, win or lose this election, I still have a very successful job in the private sector. I have a loving wife that's still going to love me, I hope. I have children that are going to still call me Dad. I think my grandchildren are still going to know me as Pawpaw and call me that and love me for that. So, it's not all about the political benchmarks that these hacks set for themselves. And we have very successful people on our ticket outside of the political sector.
Yeah.
But we're going to give a chance to offer some expertise to be there to represent and help the taxpayers, and that's what it's all about. It shouldn't be about how we can help ourselves and what we can gain for our friends and family like it is now. So let's keep it on point on November the 9th. Let's talk then and see how we can celebrate.
Sounds good. Mr. Ed Cockrell, your candidate, the most qualified candidate ever for St. Clair County Board of Review. And you talk about it, you have a loving wife. I think Bob Sprague's got a lovely wife as long as his ill-gotten money doesn't run out, if you know what I mean. And I think you do it. Hey, and in parting, Bob Sprague, if you go to the forum tonight, please change those pissy pants. And Patty Sprague, what a no-count, rotten little stinky bitch. Please wash your crotch in your ass because they're going to smell you coming. They're going to smell you coming. We got to get out of here. Patty, Heather, you got one last thing to say? Go right ahead.
Hey, I'm going to have my Depends with me. She asked me to bring them. I'll have them.
Yeah, but you're supposed to put them in your drawers, Sprague, not eat them, you stupid. I didn't want to go there. Let's get out of here. This is Bob Romanik. The craziest son of a bitch you'll ever want to listen to because these politicians have made me that way. Also known as the Grim Reaper of radio. And you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM. Simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. We're running out of time. I'll go through all that other crap, blah, 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 blah. Let's destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.